couple of options here. So, let's go down with this one. So I got Trevor in side control here. Very important that I have to control his body and have the underhook. If you notice, my head's not down and I'm not creating a bridge between my elbows and my knee. I'm kind of up and my hands are off the mat. I can always make sure that I have stability, but all the pressure is on Trevor. You feel the pressure here?
Yep.
You see how it relieves the pressure?
Yeah.
Even with the head down versus up, okay? And you're kind of, and it's more so your pressure comes from more so your kind of belly button area where your belt line is versus your chest. Because if I'm here, notice how much less it is, even with my hands off the mat, versus here. And I have a lot more mobility to roll the hips, okay? So from here, what I'm gonna do is this, okay? One nice thing that is good to do is you grab his lapel, okay? Stretch it out. And I wanna create tension and I wanna feed it to this hand right here, okay? So that I can have control of his far shoulder, which makes it a lot more difficult for him to turn into me. Go ahead, turn into me. Plus I have a crossface here and I have a nice control. From here, I'm gonna switch my base just this way here, okay? And I'm gonna step over his head by putting my foot literally by his neck, okay? And notice I'm leaning back here so that here I can lean back, and the left hand that has his lapel is on his right side of the neck as my foot blocks here, and I'm moving my hip into it, because here you also have the arm, okay? But the focus is on the actual lapel choke, okay? So we're here, got the lapel, took the tension out, fed it nice and tight. You don't want it loose. You want it tight right here, so I can also have my shoulder applying pressure. I turn this way here, I may loosen it just a little bit here, just so that the blade of my wrist is on his neck here, okay? As I begin to step over, and I kind of slide back on his hip. Because from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back and my elbow kind of straightens and my hip goes in, okay? Does that make sense? Here, you watch. Oh, yeah.
Do you use right arm in a position, or can it be?
I'm using this to control the side. So I can always post out. I could always have this arm available in order to be able to adjust my position, because I don't want to be too committed here. If they turn or if I'm late or so forth, I don't want to lose the position, okay? So let me borrow shit and borrow. So we're here. Let's see, you're here. So nice, rolling the hips. I got this lapel right here. Feed it nice and tight and grab it, and then I'm gonna pressure. Because here, his elbow is also kind of out of position, which makes it a little bit easier for me to mount here even and begin to attack, okay? So this is also a nice way to get that elbow under control here. So from here, I'm applying pressure. My left leg kind of moves his arm out of the way, and I have to adjust this, okay? So it goes on the side of his neck because his lapel is a little bit shorter here. From here, I slide down on his hip, okay? And my hip kind of rolls him to the side as I step over here, okay? But I'm not going like this on my knee. I'm still sitting on my right hip right here, and my heel is right at his clavicle as I pull here, because he's gonna be wanting to push my leg off with this arm right here, yeah. And I need to be able to finish so that this doesn't push it off, because sometimes if you're stepping over, they push off right here. I want to be able to control this, you know, and be able to kind of attack it again. Because from here, okay, does that make sense? Okay, nice and tight. You just here, I don't have it. I have to kind of loosen it so that my blade of my wrist aligns with his neck right here. Okay, so we're here. And what I'm doing also, if you notice, over here, okay, I know that this frame is in my way, but I can also kind of go here, 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 and I potentially even have the arm right here as well, if for whatever reason the actual lapel step over choke does not work. Okay, questions? All right, well, let's try it.
So
1,
that's
2, 3. Try.
That's a tilt, not a neck frame.
What was that? Choke, crank?
It was a little of both. We definitely choked, but it's not comfortable.
It's a croak. Okay, ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. It's croak. As long as they tap and submit, it's